It gives me great pleasure to present Professor Paul Mealor for the Fletcher of Saltoun Award for Arts and Humanities. Paul Mealor was born in 1975 in St Asaph, Denbighshire, North Wales, and is a composer of international repute. He lives in Aberdeen and joined the university's music department in 2003, where he is Professor of Composition. A large proportion of his output is for chorus, both a cappella and accompanied. He came to wider notice when his motet, Ubi Caritas et Amor, was performed at the wedding of Prince William and Catherine Middleton in 2011. He later composed a song, Wherever You Are, a setting of a text compiled from letters written by British Army military personnel deployed on active service in the Afghan war by their wives and partners, which became the 2011 Christmas #1 in the UK singles charts. He has also composed an opera, 3 symphonies, concerti, a requiem, chamber music, and much, much more. Prior to moving to Aberdeen, he read music at the University of York, where he studied composition with Nicholas Lefanu, and at the Royal Danish Academy of Music in Copenhagen with Hans Abrahamsen. He holds visiting professorships in composition at institutions in Scandinavia and the United States. He's a fellow of the Royal Society of Arts, and his first album, A Tender Light, a collection of sacred choral anthems, spent 6 weeks at #1 in the classical charts. In 2012, he was voted the nation's favourite living composer by the Classic FM Hall of Fame. Many of his compositions have had their first performance in Scotland, and one such is his requiem, Souls of the Righteous, which was first performed on the 22nd of September 2018 at St Mary's Episcopal Cathedral in Edinburgh by the National Youth Choir of Scotland and the Royal Scottish National Orchestra, conducted by Christopher Bell, with HRH, the Duchess of Rothesay, in attendance. His large-scale work for chorus and brass band of Light Breaking marks the 700th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Arbroath. It was originally planned for the whole of the community of Arbroath to come together to perform this work in the ruins of Arbroath Abbey as night falls on the 6th of April this year. But sadly, it was not to be. His ongoing project, marking 100 years on from both the signing of a treaty which brought a formal conclusion to the First World War and the end of the terrible flu pandemic which claimed millions of lives, features Scottish singer-songwriter and broadcaster Fiona Kennedy. And it's titled Sing for Peace, and the 4 is number 4, Sing for Peace. The project aims to unite choirs, soloists and musicians around the world at a time when performing together is severely restricted. Much of Paul's activity in music, notably leading choirs, helps to raise significant funding for national charities. And I finish with a quote from Gareth Malone. Paul Mealor has a deep connection with our choral heritage, yet his work has a modernity and immediacy. He has that rare gift of being able to create joyous melody within music that is both sincere and profound. Professor Paul Mealor, I'm delighted to present you with the Award for Arts and Humanity of Fletcher of Saltoun on behalf of the Saltire Society.
Well, thank you very much indeed for this immense honour to receive the Fletcher Award for contribution to arts and humanities. It is really an enormous honour. I have to say, a very humbling one. I'm a composer, and I think I'm only the second composer to have been given this award. So that in itself is immensely humbling. I moved, as you can probably tell, I'm not Scottish, but I'm Welsh. But I moved to Scotland in early January 2003 to help set up the music department at the University of Aberdeen, where I'm still professor of composition. And it's been a wonderful 18 years seeing the department grow and seeing students that you've taught go out into Scottish life and become teachers, become politicians in some instances, become great citizens. And that's been a joy. But alongside that, is my life as a composer and writing music. I've done 3 symphonies, an opera, and a lot of choral music, some of which you might know, and also into the world of popular music as well. I wrote Wherever You Are for the Military Wives Choir, which was the Christmas #1 in 2011. So that was a wonderful thing to be involved with as a big charity single. At the moment, I've branched out into TV and film music, and I'm writing some music for a new BBC One series, which will be out next year. And that's a great thing to be involved in. So I've been traveling around in between lockdowns to see the waters around Scotland and recording dolphin sounds and whale sounds for that piece. And I've discovered that they have their own accents and their own languages, which are different in each part of the world. And that's been a fabulous thing. Music has been a great joy for me. And I really can't imagine a life without it. And in these troubling times of COVID-19, when we can't sing together, we can't play as we have done, it feels like Scotland has become silent. And so it's things like this award and the wonderful work that the Society does to promote the importance of arts and humanities, which keep us going and give us hope in these troubling times. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me this award. It really does mean a huge amount to me coming from my adopted nation. Thank you very much.